Some people say we over-admit, yes. But we are the same problem of ourselves. Because we said the successful candidates are 100 or 110. And going by our indexing capacity, it might be 100 by then. But still, the same society are coming with their request, which you can't say no, because Kebbi State School of Nursing and Midwifery was established and began its operation in 2003 with a set of nurses, about 100 midwives and 198 student nurses, which I myself that is standing here before you, I'm also among the first set. The school started with 2 courses, basic nursing and basic midwifery, with an index capacity of 50 each. And it continues until 2021 during the regime of Senator Atiku Abubakar Bagudu, when the college was upgraded from Kebbi State School of Nursing and Midwifery by the act of a law which was passed by the State House of Assembly, and it was upgraded and named as Kebbi State College of Nursing Sciences during Kebbi. And it was given a status of any other tertiary institution in the country with the same mandate. So far, the institution runs about 9 programs. We have the basic nursing program, basic midwifery program, post-basic nursing program, post-basic midwifery program, refresher nursing program, refresher midwifery program, community nursing program, community midwifery program, as well as the National Diploma in Nursing program. In 2021 to 2022, the institution was accredited to commence the National Diploma in Nursing program. With these changes now, that means one, the access to admission into the institution will be through JAM. After the cut-off point, then the individual will be invited for post-UTME exams, and after he is selected, the JAM will give him admission offer to commence the program. The program is a 4-year program as against the traditional hospital base, which is 3 years. With this program, it's a 4-year straight program, ND1, ND2. At HND1, that is the 3rd year, you will write your nursing council examination. Once you pass the nursing council examination, you are eligible to register with the nursing council again for your post-basic midwifery. You take specialty, either midwifery or public health, or if you combine the 3. Then that means at the end of the day, after 4 years, you will have you will be a registered nurse, registered midwife, registered public health nurse. Then at the same time, you will have HND in nursing. Then you will be able to go for your NYSC. Which with this, the entry point again, by the time you finish all this into the civil service, is not going to be the same with the conventional or with the traditional hospital-based program. The requirement for admission is still the 5 years credits. The age limit is 17 years and above. Our admission selection for the other one is you apply, you go for CBT exams, to be invited for an interview. There are scenarios where you see someone with, let's assume, maybe 35, because the questions are objective. You give him a paragraph to read. He cannot read that paragraph, and he has A1 in English. We go to current affairs. How many Emirates do we have in Kebbi State? Some will tell you 31. Some will tell you 9. Those that were able to ask their friend will tell you 4. Now, if you ask them to mention the 4, they cannot. A point will ask you, what did you read for this interview? They will tell you, I read what is biology. Okay, you ask, what is biology? They tell you it's the study of living things. Then what are living things? No, I did not read there. Then at the end of the day, he comes out and he tells the father that I have answered all the questions. So after everything, we look for the ones that have passed the interview. Because the interview is over 50, the CBT is over 50. So sometimes we have to come as low as 40 over 100 as pass mark for us to be able to get the list of successful candidates. And that is why if you look at our admission list, we have 2 admission lists: successful candidates and supplementary. Then the script marking after admission. Some people say we over-admit, yes. But we are the same problem of ourselves. Because we said the successful candidates are 100 or 110. And going by our indexing capacity, it might be 100 by then. But still, the same society are coming with their request, which you can't say no, because the school, the institution belongs to the society, and we all place them on the supplementary list. Now, by the time we finish, they go the same lectures, the same everything. So at that time, we don't have successful, we don't have supplementary. They are all our students. After 6 months, you write exams. The exams is 8 courses: use of English, physics, chemistry, primary health care, anatomy, and microbiology. The average is 50 marks. That means if you write 8 courses, you are expected to have 400 over 800 marks for you to be able to get 50 marks. And sometimes, still, there are instances where we will conduct an exams of about 500 students or 400 students, but only 100 or 98 were eligible, have passed the 50 marks and above. 50 marks and above. And now, if we are talking of average, you said 400, the courses are 8 courses, 800 marks, and the average is 400 marks for you to get 50. Now, someone that have 49 over 50, what is his average? It should be around 390 something marks, and 96, 97 marks. That means it's not 1 mark he is looking for. If he has 49 as average, he is looking for almost about 3 marks. But still, sometimes the management consider 49 and they add them to that remaining 90 something that have passed. And that's where we get problems sometimes. Maybe we have 98 that have 50 and above. Now we said, okay, let's consider those with 49. And now 49, we got about 15 that have 49. You can't say no, because your quota is 100 and you already have 97, you pick only 3. All the 15, you have to pick them. And that's why most of our classes are more than 100, because of these issues. And hardly you will see anybody with 49 that will tell you he has failed exam. Hardly. There was never a time. But once they go home, they tell their parents, I have 49, but they failed me. And yet, the parents, instead of them to be fair to us, come to the school and inquire. But they will not. But thank God to some parents, they do that. Part of the successes were, one, all our programs are fully accredited by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. All the 9 programs. Then, still, we try as much as possible to maintain the standard that was set from the first director to date. The final qualifying examination, after the 3 years, we are still within 80 to 100% success. I want to use this opportunity at this time to appreciate some individuals like Abubakar Hakim Ngwamba Foundation. By the time we were having challenges of classrooms, they came and salvaged the situation. They were able to construct a block of 3 classrooms, well furnished, and each class will accommodate 150 students. Similarly, Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sununu also donated learning materials worth about 25 million naira to the institution. Health Workforce Management also procured some learning equipment to the institution. They supported the institution last year and this year. Then we'll also get able to have another support, which is an ongoing construction, almost about 99% completed, of 2 blocks of 10 classrooms by the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. A philanthropist in person of Alhaji Aliyu Manaje Jiga, who drilled a borehole in the female hostel. Then we also have another support of 406 wagon by Alhaji Faruku Musa Yaro Inabo, that is 2 years ago. Then recently again, one of our alumni member in person of Hajia Murjana Tukade Malemi also donated Peugeot 406 to the institution. I would like to highlight some of our challenges. One, most of these structures I have mentioned, there is a multipurpose hall that was constructed by the institution using its IGR. It is a multipurpose hall that will accommodate about 350 students, but that hall lacks chairs. And most of our classes, the chairs are broken. We have tried our possible best to the extent that those people we do call now run away from us, because they have been welding the chairs to the extent that they cannot do any other thing. And some of the chairs have been there for 20 years. since inception, and some are about 13 to 15 years. The two buses that we are using to convey our students for clinicals to either the hospital or when we are going for psychiatric experience outside the state, one of the buses is 20 years old. That means since the inception of the school it has been there, and the other one is 13 years old. They are all broken. Now we cannot convey our students outside Kebbi State because we are afraid of the car to break on the road because of the insecurities that is there. The hostels, ideally our hostels are to accommodate 2 students per room, but at its stance we have 6 students per room. Staff offices, going by the standard of the accreditation bodies, is 1 staff per office, but at its stance now presently some of the offices we have 3 staffs per office, which is against the accreditation and the regulatory body standards. Another challenge that we have is the poor of remuneration. The salary the staff are receiving is the same salary they have been receiving for the past 12 years. Those colleagues of ours that are in the hospital, they earn more than those of us that are in the school. We are all nurses, but once you leave the hospital, the call duty allowance that you are supposed to benefit, they remove it from you because you are not working in the hospital. And this has now affected us. Most of the staff now, if you pull them from the hospital to come and teach, they tell you no. Presently, some of the staff that have been teaching here are now leaving, going back to the hospital. So as I speak to you today, presently I think last year about 3 left back to the hospital. And presently now about 2 are at the verge of leaving the clinic, the hospital, the school, back to the clinicals. MBT during the last accreditation says the salary structure should be changed to that of tertiary institution, like any other tertiary institution. We have written a memo, and the memo is to the higher education, and they have submitted to His Excellency, which we believe, inshallah, with your intervention, we believe something positive will come out of it, as we are having about 2 or 3 commissioners present with us here, as well as the chairman Committee on Higher Education, Honorable Buhari Aleru. We believe your intervention will go a long way in saving the situation of Kebbi State College of Nursing Sciences. When it comes to support for sponsorship, most of those that are not having their degrees sponsored themselves to go for their degrees. Some have finished their degrees and some are still running their degree programs. They run the degree program online, and at the same time they come back to teach in the class again. And these degree programs are run online. Every 3 months you have to re-register, and the minimum registration fee is 150,000 naira. They are using their salary to obtain this education, still to teach our own children. So this is also another challenge.
Community engagement is a collaborative process that involves the active and meaningful participation of individual or group organization within the community to address certain issues or to solve problems to enhance the well-being of the community as a whole. It is a dynamic and reciprocal relationship between community or between institutions such as health. Even this School of Nursing is part of institutions and the community. The best creator according to Islam is Prophet Muhammad. He too, he used to seek for advice to his Sahabas, his and according to a very much popular African proverb, if you want to go fast, you can go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together. Duk kyawun abu idan jama'a ba su fahimce shi ba bai da amfani. As for this, wannan abu da School of Nursing or College of Nursing Sciences organized is very, very vital, since we want bottom of people to take sin by themselves so that you feel a sense of belonging, whereby the sustainability is really assured. By God willing, in some years to come, even the curriculum, the syllabus will be organized by the community. They are the one to benefit where the student want to acquire here. the end beneficiary and the community. So we have to involve them since from the preparation, planning, and implementation. By doing that, we carry them along.
As you have said, there are a lot of impressions going around, which I think as a critical stakeholder, we need to clear such an impressions. From the presentations by the provost, he highlighted issue around admission of students, which he highlighted the process, which I think if we are to be fair to our students or to our children, I think we need to change the narrative. Why I'm saying this is because I think the conventional way of doing it, the way JAMS do their own exams, I think if the college maybe can graduate to maybe do it the way JAMS are doing their own, maybe in terms of maybe aptitude test, I think go a long way, because some of our students, we know our challenges, especially the environment where we find ourselves. There are people who are very talented, very intelligent, but maybe facing a panel of interview, even with the adults. By the time you face maybe a panel of interview, you may find it very challenging to express yourself. But by the time maybe you are given time to maybe to put it in writing, you will do better. So I think maybe the college can look into it, maybe adopt as such. Then another issue of concern, maybe my brother there maybe highlighted issue of guidance and counseling. There's need for us to have a synergy, maybe Ministry of Education and then Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, maybe to catch our maybe students, maybe young when they are in school, through maybe guidance and counseling, career counseling. The College of Nursing maybe can engage with the Ministry of Higher Education, so that to see how we can be engaging with the students of various secondary schools, maybe on this career counseling. Maybe that will help a lot. Then for them to know that maybe after I finish secondary school, this is where my ambition is.
The speech by the provost is sympathetic. Sympathetic in the way that, honestly, after successful delivery of the achievement so far, to each development, there must be some negative aspects which you have to consider. Some years back, my sister tried to get admission to Bayero University. She had all JAMB requirements, but she's looking for medicine. And all our efforts to see that she success and she gained admission proves abortive. After going deep into the school, they told us, "Kai, we say madam, but way back to the requirement, but Munzan Kabawa is still catchment area in amma ba mu ba catchment area sai mun ba catchment house sai mun ba ƴan Kano tukuna mun kammala karau abin din mu domin saboda su sun ka gina muna makarantar da rikin wasu wasu especially na nursing don mi da mu ba mu ba ƴan gida. Sannan the mode of admission, honestly, abin da ke tafiya a cikin gari yana yawo. Idan kai ce za ka bi ɗan ɗanka ko ɗan ɗiyar a nursing school, sai a'a to ba gani yi wa iska buki ba da hifaduwa ta kai. Yes, domin abin da aka faɗi idan an ka ba mutum 1000, to ka rubuta ka aje mutum 100 na za a ɗauka. Cikin mutum 100 ɗin ga me aka ba komishinoni, cikin mutum 100 ɗin ga me aka ba ɗan siyasa, cikin mutum 100 ɗin ga emirati na nasu. As a health provider, idan ina jin wa'annan maganganun raina yakan ɓaci. Ina fatar this type of gathering will be a continuous one, so that we can go ahead and see how we can achieve our success.
We had a lot of experiences in secondary school. Maybe because there is no functional guidance and counseling. Because what is happening presently, the parent will come, say, please register my word into science class. We try and tell him that we do convince him, look, your child cannot go for science. Say, look, based on parent request, please register him. At times, we give the student test. You ask him what is biology, he doesn't know. Not talk of first 20 elements. You don't know anything about science. But the parent will insist, please register him. Now tell me on earth, how can this parent deliver after his graduation from secondary school? That's no way.